Hello, my name is Jeremy Arndt, and I've been traveling around the world for a couple of years with my halos, so they've seen some extreme conditions. And I just wanted to talk today a little bit about how to care for your halo, normal maintenance plus what happens if your halo gets a little bit of rust on it, how can you prevent rust, different things like that. For normal playing and everything, you just need a microfiber cloth and you just need to wipe your halo down when you're done playing. This is the first and most important step of anything. Also, you might need a little bit of froglube. This is recommended by Pantheon steel. It's an all-natural, or mostly natural, cleaning a lubricant to help the instrument from rusting. It keeps a protective layer on the instrument. Also, if you ever do get any rust on your instrument, you need a miracle cloth. This ships with most new halos. Mine didn't have it. It was an older instrument, so I picked up one later on from Pantheon Steel. You can get it from their web store. Also, a little plastic spoon. This is a handy little tool, and I'll show you how you can use a plastic spoon to get rid of rust. First of all, you don't want to keep your halo in the bag overnight ever without the bag being open. The bag can trap moisture in, and it can cause the surface of your halo to rust. I've had this happen to me several times, and on my travels it's sometimes difficult to take the best care of the instrument when you're moving from place to place. So my instruments have seen a lot of changing weather conditions, and they've seen their fair share of rust, but I can safely say that today, since I've been using the froglube, it has not rusted on me once. Before that, I would have to fight rust every once in a while. This is a really old halo. It's one of the first 10 ever made. It's number 8, and I also used to have a different one that I swapped for this. And the newer halos have a little bit of a bluish color, so you have to be careful with the miracle cloth. It can take off some of that blue color. I used the miracle cloth on mine a lot, and it still looked really good. So, first of all, I'm just going to show you the miracle cloth and what you can do with this. The miracle cloth is for emergency use only. As you can see from mine, it's pretty dirty. I've had a lot of emergencies. Normally, if you have a rusty spot, then you can rub it on that spot lightly, and it'll give some treatment to that spot. I wouldn't recommend rubbing it all over your whole halo because it can take off some of the color. However, this one's more of a steel color, and I've not found any harmful effects from taking it over the whole halo. So I'm just going to do that real quick. Oh, also, before I get any further, sometimes it's good to take off the rubber ring. Some of them are glued on, so you can take those off. You can take that glue off. Be careful, they can break apart, and you just have to super glue them back together. But, you know, when you're using the miracle cloth, I wouldn't do the whole instrument like I'm doing, unless you've got maybe one of the older ones, or it will take the blue coloring off. But you put a little bit of a firm pressure on it. I'm just doing it over the whole halo for demonstration purpose, but if you had rust, say right here, I would just, give it a little rub and see what happens. Also, the miracle cloth leaves a protective coating too. I happen to have sweaty hands when I play from time to time, so this can also cause your instrument to rust. So once I use the miracle cloth on a big space or a little space, just like that, I always wipe it down with the microfiber cloth. Looks pretty good. Didn't take anything off of it. Once again, I want to stress, if you've got a blue or a different colored halo, be careful with your miracle cloth. Sometimes the rust on the halo, mine gets it around the rim here, and it can be raised off of the surface. So this rust, I was taught at Pantheon Steel, This is a method they use. You can use a plastic spoon. The plastic spoon can actually break some of that rust up before you use the miracle cloth. So you just flip it upside down, and you might scratch it across the rust part, and it can help to loosen that up and make it easier on your miracle cloth. So mine's not too bad. I've had to use this before. Here's a spot. You can kind of hear it scraping. That scraping sound is the rust that was under the ring. So then I'll take the cloth after and just go over that spot. And then I'll wipe it down. And then if you want to put some froglube on the instrument, I'll just do it on the top in this video. But it takes only a couple drops. I usually like to put a drop at all four corners, like a compass. Yep, I spilled a little bit there, and that it goes a little bit goes a long way. So after you get it on there, you just work it in. It has a nice minty green smell to it. And now my halo looks like new. After, I usually give it a little polish with the dry part of the cloth after working in the froglube. And then when you're done with that, you can replace the ring. Sometimes the ring can be a little tricky, but it will go on. There. Now I have a fresh halo, nice and protected for lots of environments, even at the home. And then when you store it at home, I have to keep mine in the case because of space concerns. So if you store it in the case, always leave it unzipped. So I store it like this. Also, I don't have it with me, but if you're going to leave the case unzipped, I highly recommend tying the two handles together, because if somebody doesn't know and they pick it up by one handle, then your halo can fall out and get damaged. Kyle at Pantheon Steel has said that he's seen a lot of retunes like that. Another thing you can use to help protect your halo from rust is a moisture eater. They're available from Pantheon Steel. I don't use mine because they need to be recharged. Once they suck up so much moisture, they have to be popped into a microwave to get rid of the moisture. I don't have a microwave at home, so I don't use one. Also be careful with the moisture eater, because if it does have too much moisture and you put it in the case and you zip it up, then it can hold the moisture on top of the center note of your halo, and that can cause it to rust too. So thank you. Let me know if you have any questions.